Hello and welcome to another Watercolor Wednesday. I hope everyone's doing well. We are live and I am excited. I'm going to grab a few things. Hey, there's already three of you hopping on here. How's it going? I am excited to be back. We had a little adjustment in scheduling, and a few of you asked if I could do like later. And if you don't mind, go ahead and put over there in the chat that you can hear me. Hey, Miss Art Rules, what's going on? And can you guys hear me? Can you see me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Right over there. Dun dun dun. I am pulling up my reference photo right now. And yeah, we're gonna do some cool stuff. Debbie Swanson, yeah, she said she can hear me. Awesome, that's wonderful. And hello, Miss Art Rules. How did your framing experience go today? And she says she can hear me. Evening, hear and see loud and clear. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Eric Kane is here. Thumbs up. Sweet. All right. Appreciate you all. Uh, we're going to I'm just pulling up the photo reference right now. And yeah, if you want to sketch along with me and paint, go ahead and grab your gear, which you probably already did. Dun, dun, dun. And I am pulling up. The settings are just a little bit different on a iPad, right? And so I was in my studio today and just super excited to meet with everyone. And I've got this cool picture. Bum, bum, bum. Here it is. And it's this tractor. And so if you want to take a screenshot now, I'm gonna be working on this tractor. We're gonna approach this a little bit different, kind of a little more like organic. And so my setup's a little bit different today. So we're gonna try this out, and we're at our temporary little home while our other regular home is getting worked on. And but yeah, it's all good. So I appreciate the prayers and the kind words on the social media. Oh, your photo. So Yvette went to a gallery frame shop today, and she found out it might be a little spendy, which it can be. Framing can be. And Paula from Missouri, hello, hello. And all nine of you are here. That's great. So this tractor, I'm thinking, you know, the first part is the big shapes. Okay. So we've got just a nice loose rectangle, and I'll try to draw a little bit darker. So here we've got this little rectangle, and then inside that rectangle, there's this bit, and then there's this fun piece that comes out like that, and then this we see a little bit of the top of the tractor, and then we see some of the side, okay, and then just a smidget again of the top coming on over like that. And I'm gonna drop it down and bring up the front. So this approach today that I'm sharing is a real organic approach to as uh, getting this down. Okay, so as I have this here, then there's like a wheel here. And what was cool about this particular tractor is the wheels were buried down into this grass. I'll show you again for some of you that are coming on here. And so, and catch the replay. And so I'm trying out a temporary camera too. I stole the wife's little webcam, and so there's this brace bar that's coming over here to this wheel. Now we've got this other wheel that's like right over here, and you can kind of feel for it. All right, so uh, there's nothing to say that you have to be able to draw like a perfect circle. Okay. Um, I feel that watercolor can be learned, and I feel that drawing can be taught in many different ways. So we got some grass here. Right over here, we got this little inside piece, this little arm that kind of comes up like that, and this kicks back over here. Now we've got this front piece here, some kind of serious guard that comes on there like that. All right. And then to get this up off the ground, because right now it looks like it's just laying on the ground, there's a shadow. And this shadow comes down like this, kicks out like that, goes underneath, and kicks over here. And hello, Chuck Davis. Checking in from Texas. I'm glad you're here. And so we've got this tractor, and there's a shadow underneath. There's a nice shadow right underneath this part of the tractor. And then we've got that big tractor wheel. So I've got to look at the distance from here and here, because there is a nice little guard cover that kicks back over here like that. And then we've got the tractor wheel like this. So first I'm putting down the tractor wheel. And, this isn't the best photo because this is me just sticking my head out the window and snapshotting it. But the lovely thing is this wheel is dead on, but it does show a little bit of the side right here. Okay. And so I may have said it on here before, is, when you're looking at something, the first thing your eyes see is the grayscale, because you have cones and rods in your eyes. So the cones or the rods, it's either one or the other. One is seeing value and one is seeing the color. And your eyes first see that wonderful grayscale. Okay. So it's already coming within. Now, these little tread things, one side is long and the other side is short. Okay. There's a rhythm to it, and it's quite lovely. We always have rhythms and patterns in our lovely paintings. So there's that wheel. Okay. He's starting to come together, right? And then we've got the seat. But before this seat, there's there's kind of like not a steering wheel, but maybe like there's just extra bar here. And then we've got the seat coming up right about here, like this. And I thought it would be fun. So the for sale sign is over here. Okay. And they used one of those campaign things. You know, we're gonna we're gonna use our artistic license and put it right here, maybe on the grill. All right, like it's leaning right here. So check this out. We're gonna put that sign kind of coming here like this, and it's kind of kicked out, so the bottom is wider and the top is shorter. See that? Hey, Tim's here. Hey, Tim. Good to see you, buddy. So, all right, and then we have Paula. Paula's here from Missouri. Did I say it right? And all right. So then we're gonna. I got an eraser somewhere here. Did I show you guys that my little doodad? Do, do, do. No, it looks like I left it at the studio. Oh, but the wife busted out her art supplies. Sponsored by Miss Amber Stockton. Thanks to her, she just saved my keister. Look at that. I'm just gonna clean up those lines right in there. All right. So if we look at this, we could put. Well, we could be fun with it. We could put 4, like a number 4 sale, or we could put for sale. But I usually use all caps like this. And it don't make it perfect. Make it look like it's handwritten. So for sale, kind of like that. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So then, what else do we need? Well, we need to maybe just clean up that. The nice thing is the way it's designed is we don't see all the logos and all that stuff. And we could put this little curb that's kind of kicking out this way. And let me scroll over. There we go. And then right here is the curb, like this. So we got some sense of distance, and now it's giving us some sense of foreground. And then if we wanted, we could put the little building in the background, but it's not really something I'm super excited about. But we can put in a building just here, just something simple. There's a roof. Right here's a window like this. There's a bush right here. And then the sidewalk kind of comes there, but I'm not worried about that part. But then we have maybe a tree. All right. And then here is this roof coming like this. And then this comes like that and over. And then we've got one door right here. It's kind of set inward. And then we've got these crazy windows. This is the building we're going with. But I'm going to make this one window. So I like the awnings. So we'll keep the awnings like this. Coming over. Boom. And then let's drop in the window. And then there's going to be a cool shadow dropping down like that. There's a cool shadow here. I've already drawn too much. We're going to paint that. All right. This is the sketch painting. Now, I like to do something quick like this before a big piece. Okay, maybe you can do something like this as a morning exercise. Maybe you're already working on a painting and you kind of just got to get those fingers working. You got to get that, uh, hand and eye and brain thing working together. So sometimes I like to do these little quick sketch paintings, maybe even like in the hotel, and whatnot when I've gone to go teach a workshop somewhere. All right. So, oh, we got a comment from Paula. What's up, Paula? Bum, bum, bum. Some people say Missouri, Missouri, and I like Missouri. I say Missouri, and some say misery, but they are just joking. Haha. And I'm from Southern California, but Missouri too. Oh, that's wonderful. Thanks for sharing. And for sale, the tractor. Yeah, nice. All right. So here's the deal. As give me 2 seconds to get my. So I got my nice messy palette. This is how my palette's looking right now. I've been working on a barn painting, and this barn's gonna have some crazy chickens that I'm working on at the studio. And I'll soon reveal it and share it with you. Um, grab some water here. Getting tricky. Let me see if I can move this over. Bum, 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 and then slide in. Ooh. We'll try it. We'll try it. All right. No promises. I'm kidding. All right. So tell me in the comments, what's the first brush you want? Oh, look, I found it. Here it is. Did I show you guys this cool bag? So this is it's by Portfolio, and Cheap Joe's has these. Now this is like a gray and mahogany, and I like it because look, it has two areas in here. Okay, so I got pencils on one side, erasers on the other, all kinds of goodies. Yeah, it was like uber cheap too. And then what we got here? I'm excited to see the tractor drawing painting. Right on, Paula. Cool. All right, so put in the comments, what's the first brush you want to use? Is it a synthetic, B, a mop brush, or C, a square brush, or D, none of above? I'm just being silly right now, right? All right, check it out. We're going to get some green here and just put some green. It was so bright that day. The sky just kind of seemed white. So there we go. We got this tree in the background. I don't want that tree to be a focal point. I kind of just want that tree just to kind of push forward our little building. Dagger brush, said Eric Kane. Funny. Funny, funny. And mop brush was the correct answer. Very good. And nice. All right, I'm gonna grab some like little reddish color for that roof. And you notice I didn't even bother erasing my drawing lines. because this is a fun sketch piece. Can't take it too serious. Gotta just enjoy the process. So we got this lovely thing coming here. And I just put up a whole bunch of Watercolor Wednesday paintings up for sale that we've done together at my studio. So if you are in the San Diego area, I have a flip through area that has a bunch of the cool paintings. Now I'm going to take some moon glow and I'm going to drop in that shadow right there. While I've got the moon glow here, I'm going to add right there that shadow coming on down. This is the part where, yes, we want to keep these nice little lines in here. Okay, like that. Boom. All right, and then from there, that's a red door. I'm going to first put the red down, and then I'll have to come back and do the shadow inside there. All right. But while I got this, I could put these cool little Frenchy little lines down here. Dun, 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 dun. Look at that. All right. So they were rust, but I thought I'd make it look a little nicer than just rust. Let's bring some green into our ground here. All right. It's a nice, bright, sunny day. So this green is kind of quite warm. So that green has some warm yellow in there. Okay, look at this coming over like that around our tire. There we go. Bum, bum, bum. And I'm glad you're enjoying this subject. Thank you. All right, we've got this sidewalk. And on the sidewalk right here, this side is the shaded side. Boom, like this. And then this side is this side of the little guy. This kicks out that way and comes back this way. Look at that. That's fun. So we've got some nice zigzags in our lovely painting that help bum, bum, bum. Oh, what was this? Congrats on getting into the Watercolor Society competition. Oh, thank you so much. Which one did I get into? Did a little birdie tell you something I didn't find out yet? Haha. All right. Let's get some more green and get this green right here. This green's a little bit more well, this part of the grass has been getting some water, so he's a little bit greener. Okay, we want the same greens working for us, but in different areas are going to have some lovely greens that are a little bit richer, more pigment. Now this is nice and green right in here, coming up on that tire. See that? This green now has a nice little whoop right there. And then I'm going to add some Warmer Kraken's black to this green. Don't tell Warmer Kraken. This is not how he uses it. That's how I'm going to use it. I'm going to do this shadow under the tractor. See that? Dun, dun, dun. Shadows. Whoever listened to that show, The Shadow knows. When I was a kid, I'd rent those from the library. Some of you are old enough that you probably listened to the on the radio. All right, now this is nice and warm. Yellow up here in the foreground. Look at that. Boom. That's lovely. See how that shadow is now popping? All right, and we haven't even started painting the tractor yet. But we're going to get into there. There's a little, look at this. If you do the zigzag, it's going to go one length there, a different length, and then a shorter length. See how that? You don't want to put your zigzag all the same lengths. And if you can, it kind of helps to diffuse it so it's not super strong. Diffusing where people are like, you just put a great Z down, now you just took it away. No, I just had to diffuse it because it's in that distance. All right. Hey, we got some more. The Plein Air. Oh, that was jurred by Schwan Lee. Oh, yes. Yes, you're right. I did get into the. She's talking about the San Diego Watercolor Society. Once a year, they have a Plein Air competition. So, thank you. Check it out. We've got a window I skipped by accident. Oops. I accidentally bumped that. Oh, we're still good. There's a window right here. Now, let's see. Is this ready? I think it is. Here's the key thing, friends. It's always engineering. All 16 of you, 15 of you. The next part that I'm going to do with that door, it has to be this brush. Okay? I can't use this brush. There's some art I'm seeing out there. People are only using one mop brush, or they're only using one synthetic. This is what we needed back in first and second grade when we learned watercolors. Okay? So with that said, I want to go and do that shadow. That I'm going to grab the moon glow. As you all know, that's one of my favorite colors. And right in here, this lovely guy gets dark in here. And then there's a shadow inside the doorway like this. See that? Boom. And then there's a little dark under there. That's going to help there. And then in here, this window gets a little bit darker so we could tell the difference between the window and our friend, the shadow on the wall. I'm going to go ahead and paint in that. These little boop, doop, doop, doops. There's a little edge to this guy. And there's a little dark piece underneath here. Boom. There's another little dark piece under here. That's what I love about this brush. It holds so much pigment. Okay, right here. So this is the Escoda Perla. If you're new here, you'll find out this is one of my favorite brushes from Spain. This is a little dark in there, like that. Nice. Now, the background is at a stage where we can leave it be. All right. Though there is one thing I want to do is this side of the building, not that dark. So I'm going to just, woo! Hey, hang on. We just got, I don't know. Hope that wasn't an earthquake. Just kidding. It was my hand. I bumped the easel. I'm gonna just add a little texture to this wall behind tractor. Let's start our show. All right. Well, let's try not to hit the camera again, Gabriel. And see that nice dark? This is where I want to saturate. Okay. And so I'm gonna saturate that and create a lovely little texture. Now that's in the background. Okay. And if I had a paper towel, I would grab this like that. But I don't, so I'm just using the brush. All right. And that's right. It was funny. It was a fail. Our first fail on a live. Probably will not be the last. And what do we got here? I know, right? You scored one. That's right. Got a good deal. And then Paula says, "What size is the brush?" So this brush is a number 12 Perla. A number 12. Come on, focus camera. A number 12. And the other brush, I've used it so much it's worn off. This is the Aquarelle. And I want to say it's a 16. I know it's not a 22. So I want to say 16. I'm so glad you asked, Paula, because I'm sure someone else was thinking the same thing. All right. So now this tractor has not been painted yet, so I'm back to this one here. Now there's one color that I've now been playing with, and what I've enjoyed is there is this color. It's Pyro Orange, and it's really been a game changer. If you plan on doing pumpkins, this transparent Pyro Orange is what I'm talking about right now. So I was using Pyro Orange, and then a good friend of mine said, you should try out transparent Pyro Orange. And it is cool. You should definitely get it before the next harvest time for like pumpkins, because it's ideal. So check that out. I use this color for the rusty old barns. And just gave away the secret. There's some other colors I use for the rusty old barns, but look, I'm gonna first paint this tractor the orange color. Okay. The one thing you should know with this camera setup, I had to paint flat, and I never paint flat. So there's not anything wrong with me. I'm just trying out this new camera setup. So I do notice that it's taken a little bit longer for the dry time, but we're gonna make it happen. And if there's anything I've learned, you've got to experiment and change things up. All right, so check it out. That is the tractor part. Okay. all the orange parts of the tractor. I'm going to lighten it up with this tissue. Okay. Now, while I'm there working on the tractor, I can go into the wheels for right now. So I can go in here and I'm going to get some neutral tint. This is neutral tint. If you don't have neutral tint, it's a game changer. And it takes a while to understand why and how to use neutral tint. And just get it and paint with it and you will learn. Or you could sign up for my next Cheap Joe's class that'll come soon and I'll explain more. So it's this cool looking gray here. And we got this wheel, right? There's these grooves. Okay. It's good to leave your whites. Okay. We're going to leave in those whites. That is the first coat for it. It goes darker. This wheel gets darker. Okay. But that's while we're waiting on this, we're working on another area of our painting. So I'm glad some more of that neutral tint. And coming over to the inside of this wheel. Like that. This is nice and dark right in there. If you're painting along with me, hey, give a thumbs up if you are painting with me. I'm just curious. We got these lines. Dun, dun, dun. There's a darker spot in here. Look at that. Oh. Now, that's all dark in there. It's just, right now, it's glossy on camera. There we go. Well, I can paint the back seat right in here. And this is called subtractive negative painting. You can call it negative painting, whichever floats your boat. It is debatable. Look at that. We've got our tractor seat. Cool, right? There's our fender dark shadow here. There's a nice dark shadow here. Oop, that's all right. Don't judge me. I'm not perfect. There's that part. All right. And then there's another dark right in here. Coming on over like this. At this name of the game, this is how I paint. You don't have to paint this way, but I choose to paint this way. And that is, now I am no longer worried about getting the reference parts completely correct. I am now looking at what matters for this to be a successful art piece. There's a part where in your painting process, you now gotta say, well, I can try to keep copying the photo and make a computer copy and act like a robot, or I can now make this a painting, a watercolor painting. Look at that. I am now painting into the grill. There's some darks right there. There's a dark here. Like that. This could go a titch darker right in here. Bum, bum, bum. I appreciate all of you that are here in this later show. I'm glad for whoever spoke up and asked this. It was a while back when it was asked if I could move it later, but under the new circumstances, um, it's hopefully working out. And check it out. I'm gonna go in here and paint light gray first, because there's some parts that are there. It's a multifaceted uh, thing, and I lean on a be kind to yourself sort of thing. All right. So what do we got here? Bum, bum. Not painting this time, but hopefully soon, maybe in the replay. Yeah, do the replay. Eric Kane, thumbs up. He's painting with us. And you're welcome. And but I'm using a dagger. Nice. You know, is it the dagger, the cheap Joe's dagger? Which dagger are you using? Can you put that in the comments? I'm curious. I have quite a few daggers myself, and maybe I'll share them next week. Which daggers I have, and we'll talk maybe. So there's some nice little dark in here. Adding some brown like texture, like things. And some lavender. All right, now we're back on the tire. There's some darker parts in here. Bump, boop, like this. Boop, like that. And then over here, boop. There's a lot of boops today. There's this one. And da-da, da-da. And of course, you know, when I'm doing this as a full-on painting, I slow myself down on this part, but like I said, this is how I approach a nice little sketch piece. Maybe before I get started on a painting for the day. I'm gonna get real dark now. That's a Laura McCracken dark. And silver black velvet. Oh yeah. I actually used to have that one. And then every year we do a little artist like little yard sale thing. A group of us go to a local museum, and actually it's in your area, Yvette, the Buena Museum. So it's down towards your way, and we get rid of a lot of art supplies that are just kind of, you know, they're just you're not using them. And the other fun thing was some of us just bought each other's stuff, which we had been maybe wanting. I got a really cool umbrella out of the whole deal. So I sold some stuff and then bought someone else's umbrella. I'm putting in the darks. This is where we're at. And Debbie, this time works well. I can get all of my daily stuff out of the way and so I can catch up. Cool. Maybe we could do some of your mentoring at this time on a different day. So I've been working with Debbie, and Debbie's being so patient, waiting for me to give her some new dates for classes on Zoom. Dun, dun, dun. And now there's some little dark parts in the grass here. Look at that. And there's a little shadow coming up off of that tire back here. And I exaggerated it a little bit. There's a bit of a glare. I apologize. What about this thing? This needs to be painted. That. That. These little things like this. He's a fun little tractor, isn't he? So there's some parts that are a little more rusty and a little more redder. And that's where the transparent Pyro Orange does its magic. So it's the same the same color, and the magic part of it I'm talking about is this color has a bandwidth which it can get really light and luminous, okay? Or it could be nice and dark. Because see how dark it is on my brush? I mean, I love it. This door's bugging me a little. There we go. That's better. Dun, dun, dun. Maybe a little mailbox thing right here. Yeah. And, alright. Back on the tractor, Gabriel. Did you see that? That's right. I have my little squirrel moments too. I'm gonna get some of this gouache. I know I got some gouache lovers watching right now. Yeah, squash. Well, that's because this is a white right there. That needs to happen. There's a white right in here. And there's a white right there. Now, these could have been prevented. Sure. Does it really matter? No. And I'd much rather have this be a fun, exploring painting, because we're talking about painting something right before we get to work on current projects, and we make it fun. We give ourselves a lovely opportunity to be a little more kind and forgiving, and you might actually learn something to work and do in your next piece. And there's some comments. Bum, that would work. Look at you guys could be like Debbie and sign up for some classes. One-on-one. All that information is on my website. And the website. And I'm so glad that we had a good amount of you went to Gabriel Stockton Fine Art and you signed up to get the newsletter. Way to go. So it's coming out soon. I'm working on some cool. So when I send out a newsletter, you also get like a fun kind of infos. You get some cool little behind the scenes things. And but yeah, good job on signing up for those, you guys, and good job on messaging me. Some of you have been messaging me with some cool stuff. I appreciate that. And there's some little fun little darks in here on this curb. And there's a fun little dark right there on the curb in here. And here's the thing is, this has gotten a little too dark. And what we're going to do is get some clean water, or I'm going to show you. some clean water. And I'm just now taking my brush and my paper towel, clean water, clean brush, taking all the water out like this. And then now I'm going to lift, all right, and lift. And that's it. I got to get out of there. Now, it's a little glossy right now because it's wet. I didn't lift that much. I didn't go. What you're seeing on the camera is not exactly. This back of the tire is a little bit darker, grayer. And this part of the tire is not glossy. I mean, it's not white like that. Okay? But this is going to be left alone because it's in the background. Now we got to sell this tractor, right? So guess what color we're going to use? Pyral red. Nice and bright red. And actually, I just got my hands on a new brush. It's not an Escoda brush, though maybe I should get Escoda to make one. I just scored it. I just did a women's conference kind of art retreat. And they gave me this really interesting brush. And oh boy. I don't even know if you ever even seen one of these. So I think it's Dynasty that makes it. So typically I use a Chinese brush rigger. But look at this thing. This is interesting. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not out there trying. I did not get any endorsements to show Dynasty's brush. This was given to me, and it's not quite a it's smushed right here, so it's not round. This part's kind of flat, so it's almost like a dagger, where the dagger is the ferrule is crimped. Okay, so this brush, the ferrule is not crimped. You see how it's round, and the ferrule on this one is crimped. See, it looks round. I twist it, and it's flat. So it kind of has like this knife action. So let's see how this thing does with leathering. See that? This is what I'm talking about. You've got to experiment. I did not test this before I did this live, which is just crazy. So we've got an F. All right. We'll go now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some paint, and like sign painters, they come over here and make sure it's even on there so you don't clump it. And I need to make an O. And then make an R. There we go. 4. Now we're going to put sail. And I used to do handmade signs. When I was in high school, I had a summer job. I think I did more sign installations. I think it'd be even fun is if we get that red, but mix it in with some of the pyro. So bring some pyro, some red pyro. So I got the pyro orange and the red pyro. Now I was thinking of painting the edge, but not right to the edge, but just inside just a little bit. So it has a little bit of a border. So this comes like that. This is going to go across. All right. And then it's going to come here. And then like that. I think that's much more interesting. Now, this grass needs to be worked on. It just looks like this guy's trying to sell us a lemon. Uh, he's trying to sell us a flat tire tractor. No way, buddy. And let's see. We got some comments. Nope, no comments. All right. All 16 of you. Who snuck on here without saying hello? Oh, I'm calling you out. You gotta say hello. I can't have no secret admirers in there. And there's a line here, and then there's some grass. Okay, so let's get some grasses going around our tire. There we go. See, I could use a dagger or a fancy liner, but look at the tip on that. Some people ran away. Did you see that? Nope. There's 16 of you. So who's here and didn't say hello? We're gonna put some long grasses. Long grasses. See, it's got long grass around it. Maybe there's a weed over here. This is not in the photo. This is in the painting. Okay. And that bar needs a little love. So I'm going to grab a color that's not on here. And this is goethite. If you plan on painting sand, you need goethite and you need buff titanium. Now we're putting some goethite on here. There it is. There it is. Oh. Yeah. So I just got news that my painting that is in Bologna, Italy, art show in Fabiano is going to be heading to Texas soon. There's a big show in October in Texas, and I put the link on my Facebook. So some of you Facebookers can go over there and see what I'm talking about. So there's going to be, if you've been wanting to meet me and say hello and all that jazz, there's this show with the artwork from Italy that's going to be over there in Texas. So they're taking all that art, shipping it to Texas. And I'd like to just thank Warren McCracken for being the spearhead of the show. Now, there's a nice little piece that makes all this kind of cute too, is that. And I'm going to put that now in the painting. It's what kind of makes it fun and unique. So this little shape now, we're painting it. Now you could paint like this with gouache too, which is kind of cool. And but you could also paint it with watercolor because we paint from light to dark, right? I'm sorry I sound like a broken record, but sometimes I need to hear things 3 times. 3 times a lady. There's this nice dark here. Now, did you see it dry? So now he kind of looks a little funky, but it needs this little dark right there. And that's it. That's what we wanted the first time. There's some grasses in our shadow. Don't go dab, dab, dab. Just put a few in there and get out. There we go. Nice. There's a couple little darks right in here. And a nice little dark right there. Yep. And a little dark in there. And all right, we got Carl Jacobs. All right, Cape Cod. And Tone Love. All right. And Jay Rooks. Cool. Thanks for saying who's here. And I'm glad you're here. And put in the chat. I'm just curious, what are you all painting? And some of you might not have been here, but we talked 2 weeks ago about doing a Zoom workshop. We came up with a theme. So this is something I'll put together and have you join us. And we talked about doing a lighthouse. So we can finally meet each other, and I'm thinking it would be like on a time when we could all hop on and say hello, and we will do a little mini workshop on doing lighthouses. Several of you said you're definitely interested, so I'm down. If there's a need, and well, it is already 6 minutes past. And you know what this means now? Because it is a decent little piece I'm pretty excited about. And what it needs is right here. Gabriel. Now, when you're signing your name, just keep it consistent. Don't sign it on it. Don't sign it on an angle, and have it legible. People want to know, whose art they inherited. They want to know, like, oh, hey, I inherited this amazing master work of art by this person, and I'm gonna see how rich I am now. Right? There's a house back here, but I just want maybe just a little bit of line work and real faint. That's it. It just gave a little depth for that building. Well, I sure do appreciate you all being here. I'm going to come on the camera real quick. And 1 second, I'll be right back. All right, one more second. Dun dun dun. And how about a train background? Let's try it. And go from there back to here. Hey, there's a train background, but it's not on the right camera. Bum bum bum. Hey, this train is a super cool museum, tiny museum here in San Diego. And camera, choosing the right camera, that helps, right? And voila, there we are. Hey, so I hope you enjoyed painting this tractor with me, and it's good seeing all of you. And hey, we've got Natalie. from Phoenix. If you're just joining us, I will save this and you could do the replay. If you're watching the replay, I'm glad you came. Paula, cool painting, and hello to all that came by. And let's see. And then we've got tone love, yeah, high five, boom. And yes. Well, thank you so much. We'll be doing this again next week. And I'll have maybe a little bit different setup. I'm so glad the internet was working for us. And what do you think of subjects that are like this, that are just your average, stuff that you just drive by and not even think about painting it? I enjoy that when people come to my studio or they walk by me when I'm doing plein air and go, I walk by this every day. I wouldn't think to paint it. And then they see you painted something like super rad, right? All right. Have a wonderful week. Keep those brushes wet. What's that, Chuck Davis? I like the subject. That's rad. Thank you, Paula. Chuck Davis. Thanks, Gabriel. I enjoyed the tractor painting and really admire the loose style. Loose painting is where it's at for me, at least right now in my career. And thanks. Awesome painting. You're awesome for being here. And is the tune you. I don't know. Oh no. That's so good. Is the tune that you hum from Dora Explorer? No. Let's see. I would either think it's from the Muppets or what did my daughter watch when I wish Rouge was here to ask. The Wiggles. There was a time I was like humming Wiggles. Oh, it was bad. It was really bad. If you don't know who the Wiggles is, it's like four grown men. It's not like Teletubby though. It's not like, you remember Teletubbies? All right, Dora Explorer. That was rad. That's the first time Dora's been talked about here. I typically try to bite off more than I can chew, so these simple scenes are productive and fun. I'm so glad to read that, Eric. And it's true. We kind of do bite off a little too much sometimes. I like subjects like that, says Paula. All right. Well, I'm gonna go eat my carne asada burrito because that's what we eat here in the state of California. That's what I got for dinner, and I think I got some of those pickled carrots and some green sauce, and now I just made myself super hungry. All right, have a wonderful week. I digress. We're gonna do some other really cool subjects and watch for that wonderful email that will, if you signed up to get emails, that's at the website right there. I will be sending out the Zoom workshop just for this group. All right, take care. I'll see you later. Debbie, great job. Love the subject matter. I knew you would. All right, take care. See you. Bye. Choo choo. Tour Explorer.